Joined with Parker Gallegher from the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros, and Parker is going to be playing on the 11-man East team in the Shrine Bowl with our, of course, Shrine Bowl player profiles. Parker, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to join us. We're getting to play in the Shrine Bowl. What's it like to first of all be nominated, be selected to participate in the game?
It's awesome, getting to play one more game and having Jason Barrett get selected too and get to play with those guys one last time is it's a big happiness factor for me, this whole thing.
Talking with those guys too, that was one of the first things they said too, was, hey, we get to play with these two other guys that we've gone through our career with. What's been that like to be with those guys and everyone else that's part of that senior class to go through your football career?
It's been great. Starting out in the Grand Forks Football League with those guys, it's just been developing throughout our whole lives pretty much. We all started really early, so just like having that connection with those two guys and getting to play on the field is it's just a big happiness factor, I suppose.
All right. As far as being on the field, have they told you which side of the ball you're going to be going on?
I think DB.
Okay. All right. I got to ask you too, because going back to freshman year, Parker was kicking. So are you going to get to do a little special teams duties then too?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that, but that would be fun if I got to get a couple of kicks in.
Yeah, you got a couple field goals this year, everything. I think if you weren't number one, you were near the top in kickoff average. So, I mean, that's something you've been doing for 4 years, though.
Yep, you bet. Started out with my dad and my brother. We were just kind of watching some YouTube videos, kind of learning how to kick. And I figured it'd be an easier way to get some playing time when I was young. So freshman year, I got to try out and did well enough for them to put me in there. And so, I've just been doing it ever since. And it's a fun thing to do.
I like that. Do what you got to do to get on the field, even if it's YouTube in the backyard. So
yeah, you bet.
Hey, well, let's talk too just about the senior year a little bit, because you had a heck of a ride your senior year throughout all the sports. What's some of the memories from football or from anywhere else this year that you're going to look back on?
Oh man, I'd say playing against Central Cass, that big game at the end of the season there, that was a fun one for us. And just practices, we had a pretty good time in a lot of them. And other than conditioning and stuff like that, we'd have a couple that were like games and stuff like that, and just bonding with those guys while playing those games and still sort of getting better at that kind of stuff. I'll miss a lot of that aspect of it.
How much of that practice information with Coach O and the staff can we share, as far as like what our practices were like?
I'm sure we could share as much as we want of it. I don't think he'd mind too much, but I won't get into super detail, I suppose. We had a couple of two-a-days right at the beginning of the season. So those had some tough conditioning drills rather than just like running. We had some run on your hands and stuff like that. You just get your breathing down pretty much. And then the second half of that practice would be some just mental stuff. So we'd look formations, get that stuff down, stuff like that. And then after that, it was, condition, beginning of the season, most of the time, get some running in no matter what. And then that sort of, tampers off at the end of the season. But some conditioning, and then, it's formations and just pounding it into your brain, know what you got to do, know your place, and don't really worry about anyone else. You just get your stuff down and trust your teammates.
All right. Speaking of your stuff and knowing what you want to do, what are we doing this fall or this summer going into the fall now here after graduating?
Well, as of right now, I'm just working. I work at Abentroth Brothers Construction. They keep me pretty busy. I do a lot of concrete pours, and then I'm going to NDSU for finance, I think, as of right now, just because I enjoy learning about money and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Who doesn't enjoy the money, right?
Yeah,
that's
for
right.
sure.
Parker, lastly, is there anything that you'd want to pass on advice wise to underclassmen or anyone going through it, just about your football experience?
I'd say work hard and enjoy it. There's it's only 4 years that you get to play with those guys, and you'll never get another experience like that again, other than the Shrine Bowl. But yeah, work hard at those years, because you won't get that back again.
All right. Well, enjoy the Shrine Bowl. Congratulations again on being awarded, and for everything else too throughout your career. Parker Gallegher for Hillsborough Central Valley Borough Football. Thanks again, and appreciate you joining us here.
Thank you.